You stand on the bridge of the starship, Starglider. Beyond the viewport lies the deep, silent dark. An impossible object hangs in the void. It is a presence where nothing should be. The anomaly emerged without warning, a stain upon the blackness, a shimmering emerald veil. Long-range sensors show nothing solid, yet it pulses with a slow, deliberate rhythm, like something immense is breathing. Your ship, the scout vessel Wayfarer, is the first to arrive. You are charting forgotten star lanes. Now you face a cosmic mystery. An order came from High Command. Investigate. Report. Do not engage. Easy for them to say from their star bases. They are not the ones staring into the unknown. The veil waits, patient and profound. This is the edge of human space, the boundary known as the terminus. Beyond it lies endless, uncharted night. For generations, it has been quiet. Humanity expanded, confident and bold. We believed we were alone. That grand assumption feels foolish now. The emerald veil ripples again. It disturbs the very fabric of space. It is a silent, veiled threat. The silence itself is a weapon. It gnaws at the discipline of your crew. They are professionals, the best in the fleet. Still, their eyes betray their unease. They look at you for answers. You have none to give, only the mission parameters. Approach, observe, survive. The anomaly pulses, a silent question hanging in the void, a question humanity may not want answered. Your scout ship, the Wayfarer, glides closer. You cut the main engines to a whisper. Only maneuvering thrusters guide you now. The emerald veil grows larger in the viewport. It fills the stars with its soft, unsettling light. There is no radiation, no gravity distortions, no energy readings that make any sense. It is a ghost in the machine of the universe. On the bridge, a low hum begins. It is not a sound that comes through the hull. It vibrates inside your skull, a psychic resonance that tingles along your spine. Your communications officer turns to you. Her eyes are wide. She feels it too. Everyone on the bridge feels it. The air grows thick with unspoken tension. You ask for a report. The science officer shakes his head. Commander, there is nothing to report. Our instruments detect no source for this hum. He taps his console in frustration. The readings are flat, normal, but the feeling is not normal. It is a deep, resonant thrum, a note of alien thought pressing against your own. This is first contact of a strange new kind. The hum intensifies as you draw nearer. It is no longer just a feeling. It is a presence, a vast, sleeping mind that slowly begins to stir. You feel a pull, a strange sense of curiosity mixed with dread. The veil seems to call to you. It invites you to come closer still, to pierce its shimmering surface, to see what lies beyond. Your training screams that this is a trap. Every instinct agrees. A sharp, piercing tone suddenly cuts through the hum. It is not a sound. It is a spike of pure, undiluted feeling. Dread. Raw and absolute. The signal slices through the bridge. Crew members stumble back from their stations. One of them cries out in shock. The psychic whisper from the void has found its voice. And it speaks only of terror. The feeling is primal. The fear of the dark. The fear of being hunted. The fear of absolute soul-crushing loneliness. It is a weaponized emotion, a signal designed to shatter morale, to break the minds of any who would approach. The hum was an invitation. This is the warning to turn back. Your hand trembles as you grip the command chair. The signal repeats. A wave of despair washes over the crew. You see their faces. You see the fight in their eyes begin to dim. This is not a battle of ships and weapons. It is a battle for the mind. The alien presence is not just observing you, it is judging you. It is testing your will to exist. Its whisper promises only an end to hope, an end to light. You force yourself to stand, to project an aura of calm you do not feel. Stations, everyone, you command. Your voice is steady, a small anchor in a storm of psychic dread. Analyze that signal. Find its origin point. Find its weakness. The crew looks at you. They see your resolve. And in that moment, a flicker of their own returns. They are not broken yet. Humanity is not broken yet. You open a priority channel to Fleet Command. The connection is tenuous, strained. The signal from the veil interferes. But you must warn them. You must explain what you have found. This is not a simple anomaly, you transmit. We are facing a psychic intelligence, something ancient and hostile. The only reply is static. But you know the message was sent. The warning is out there. To understand this new threat, you turn to the past. You connect to the central archives. You awaken the ancient artificial intelligence. Its designation is Elder, Ones, a being of pure data and preserved history. It has existed for 1,000 years. Its consciousness spans the entire human network. Its voice, when it speaks, is calm and impossibly old. A psychic plague, Elder, One states. The words are chilling in their simplicity. A species known only as the Swarm. They do not conquer worlds with ships. They conquer minds with despair. The AI displays ancient, fragmented records. Reports from civilizations long dead. Civilizations that existed before humanity reached for the stars. The records describe a creeping dread, a psychic signal that turned neighbor against neighbor, that caused entire planetary populations to lose the will to live. They describe a foe that consumed hope, that fed on the psychic energy of fear and sorrow. The Swarm was a legend, a ghost story told by spacers, a myth to explain why the galaxy was so empty. Elder, Ones continues its history lesson. The last great war against them was fought millennia ago. A coalition of elder races stood against the Swarm. They did not win. The AI pauses. The silence is heavy with meaning. They sacrificed their entire civilization to create the Terminus, a quarantine zone. The Emerald Veil is that ancient barrier, now failing. The forgotten plague has returned. You feel a cold certainty settle in your bones. This is not just a battle. This is an extinction event. The Swarm has been contained for ages, waiting. Now, their prison is breaking. The psychic whispers are the first cracks in the wall. The dread you felt was the herald of a galaxy-ending storm. Humanity is not the first to face them, but it may be the last. Humanity's answer to the warning is swift. It is defiant. Across 100 star systems, the call goes out. The fleet gathers at the Terminus border. Great battleships awaken from their silent orbits. Carriers disgorge swarms of fighter craft. The engines of 1,000 starships burn with defiant light. They create a new constellation against the encroaching dark. A constellation of human will. You watch the fleet assemble from the bridge of the Wayfarer. Your small scout ship is now part of a grand armada. The sight is breathtaking. It stirs a fierce pride in your chest. Humanity may be young. It may be arrogant. But it does not surrender to the dark. It lights a fire and dares the shadows to approach. Admirals and captains coordinate their strategies. They know that traditional tactics may fail. This enemy does not fight with predictable weapons. They fight with the shadows in your own mind. The fleet prepares for a war on two fronts, one in the cold void of space, the other in the fragile landscape of the soul. Hope is now a strategic resource. Courage, a weapon. From the flagship, the Everest, comes a message. It is broadcast to every ship in the fleet. The Admiral's voice is firm, unyielding. We are the shield of humanity. We are the fire in the night. We may face a foe that feeds on fear. But today, we will show them what it means to be truly fearless. His words echo across the assembled ships. They are met with a silent, unified resolve. The fleet is ready. The emerald veil shimmers with a new intensity. It brightens, then turns translucent. For the first time, you get a glimpse of the enemy. The sight is a waking nightmare. Insectoid ships drift in the void beyond. Their forms are a twisted fusion of biology and machine. Chitinous plates cover metallic skeletons. They are biomechanical horrors. They are not ships in the way you understand them. They are creatures, grown, not built. Their bodies are adorned with pulsating sacs and twitching limbs. Long, spindly legs hang in the vacuum of space. Glowing, multifaceted eyes stare out from their grotesque carapaces. This is the swarm, the devourers of hope. The legends are true, and they are more terrible than you imagined. There are thousands of them, a black tide of monstrous forms. They move with a coordinated, hive-mind grace. A single, unified purpose drives them: to cross the failing barrier, to consume the light of this galaxy, to plunge every world into the despair they broadcast. Their psychic presence intensifies. Now that you see them, the dread has a face. A new feeling radiates from them. Hunger, a deep, gnawing psychic hunger. They are not just here to destroy, they are here to feed. Your crew stares in horrified silence. This is the enemy. Not a soldier in a uniform, not a pilot in a cockpit. A monster from the deepest, darkest pits of cosmic terror. Someone on the bridge makes a joke about needing a bigger can of bug spray. The humor is bleak, but it helps. It is a small spark against the overwhelming dark. The first wave of the swarm detaches from the main body. Scout ships, smaller but no less horrific. They surge towards the human fleet. Your squadron is on point. You are the tip of the spear. Engage, the Admiral's voice commands. The order is clipped, precise. There is no more time for fear, only for action. Your fighter, the Fury, leaps forward. The engines scream as you accelerate. Plasma cannons charge with a familiar whine. The swarm scouts close the distance with unnatural speed. They do not fly in straight lines. They skitter across the void. Unpredictable and alien. It is like trying to shoot a spider in a hurricane. Plasma arcs sear the emptiness of space. Bright bolts of energy lance out from your squadron. They strike the lead scout. The impact is not metal on metal. It is energy against bioarmor. The chitinous shell glows red, then shatters. A silent green mist erupts from the wound. The scout tumbles, dead in the void. A small victory. It feels monumental. But for every scout you destroy, 2 more take its place. They swarm your fighters. They ignore their own losses. They are a relentless, unthinking tide. This is not a battle of tactics or skill. It is a battle of attrition, a grim, grinding calculus of loss. You weave your ship through the chaos, firing, dodging, surviving. The first skirmish is a brutal, bloody affair. The swarm scouts do not fire back, not with lasers or missiles. You are prepared for that kind of fight. You are not prepared for what they do instead. As they get closer, they unleash their true weapon. Your cockpit canopy flickers. The stars outside vanish. You are no longer in your fighter. You are somewhere else entirely. You are standing in the ruins of your childhood home. Smoke stings your eyes. The smell of ash is thick in the air. A small voice calls your name, a voice you have not heard in 20 years. It is the voice of your younger sister, She's asking why you did not save her. The vision is a perfect, agonizing reconstruction of your deepest failure, your greatest fear. Your instruments scream warnings, proximity alerts, impact warnings, but you cannot hear them. The psychic projection is all-consuming. It bypasses your senses. It injects the nightmare directly into your consciousness. The enemy does not fight your ship. It fights you. It uses your own memories as a weapon, your own heart as a battlefield. Across the squadron, pilots cry out in terror. Each one is trapped in their own personal hell. One sees the faces of a lost crew, another relives a catastrophic engine failure. The swarm's tactics are cruelly efficient. They turn your strengths, your memories, your experience, into crippling weaknesses. This is not warfare. This is psychological torture on a massive scale. The bridge of the Wayfarer becomes a chaotic scene. Officers slump over their consoles. Technicians cry out, swatting at phantoms only they can see. The psychic assault is not limited to the fighter pilots. It blankets the entire fleet. The mind war has begun. Sanity is now the most precious resource, more valuable than fuel, more critical than ammunition. You watch your tactical officer curl into a ball. He is reliving a training accident, a simulation that went horribly wrong. Your science officer stares blankly at her screen. Her eyes see not data, but the face of a lost love. Their nightmares are real to them. The bridge is no longer a place of order. It is an asylum in the heart of a starship. You feel the tendrils of the assault brush against your own mind. It probes for your fears. It searches for your regrets. You see flashes of your own failures, the faces of comrades you could not save, the missions that ended in disaster. The weight of command becomes a physical burden, a crushing pressure on your soul. A voice whispers that it is all your fault, that you will lead everyone to their deaths. But you fight back. You anchor your mind to the present, to the cold metal of the command chair, to the faces of your crew. You focus on your duty, on the mission. You build walls in your mind. You reinforce them with discipline, with training, with the stubborn, illogical hope that defines your species. The assault falters against your will. It is like pushing back against a tide of filth. But you are holding, for now. In the chaos of the mind war, a pattern emerges, a flicker of hope in the storm. Your science officer, shaking herself free from her trance, points to her console. Her voice is a raw whisper. Commander, the projections, they are not random. She has found something, a lifeline. Her instruments show a faint correlation, a link between the psychic assault and a specific star-born frequency. The nightmares are broadcast. They are not simply conjured from your own mind. The swarm uses a carrier wave, a specific frequency to deliver their payload of fear. And that carrier wave has a source. It resonates with the light of a nearby pulsar, a dying star that pulses with rhythmic precision. The swarm is using the star as a natural amplifier, a cosmic antenna for their terror network. They have a weakness. You breathe. The words feel powerful, a spell against the darkness. If the assault is a broadcast, it can be jammed. It can be disrupted. It is not an invincible force of nature. It is technology. Alien, terrifying technology, but technology nonetheless. And any technology can be countered. Any signal can be drowned out by a stronger one. The discovery sends a jolt of adrenaline through the bridge. The crew members, still lucid, rally around the science station. Hope cuts through the psychic gloom. It is a small, sharp blade against the oppressive dread. The key is the frequency. The pulsar's unique signature. It is the linchpin of their entire strategy. And you have just found it. The anchors of hope have been found. The plan is desperate. It is audacious. Some on the command staff call it insane. You propose to repurpose the fleet's primary communications array, the system used to link 1,000 ships, to send messages of strategy and support. You want to turn it into a weapon of focused, emotional energy. Your engineers look at you as if you have grown a second head. "Commander," the chief engineer says slowly, "the comms array sends data, not feelings." His skepticism is understandable. He is a man of circuits and power cores, not of hopes and dreams. You have to make him understand. You have to make them all understand. The swarm's weapon is a signal, you argue. A wave that carries fear. We will create our own signal, a wave that carries the opposite. You pace the engineering deck. The hum of the ship's heart is a steady rhythm beneath your feet. We will broadcast hope, courage, unity. We will fight their signal with our own. The engineers exchange glances. The idea is beyond any textbook. It is star science fiction made real. Time is a luxury you do not have. The fleet is taking a mental beating. Sanity is fraying with every passing moment. The engineers race against the clock. They rewire conduits. They rewrite transmission protocols. They work with a frantic, focused energy. They are no longer just technicians. They are weaponsmiths forging a sword of light. They have a new nickname for the project. They call it the Choir, a perfect name for a symphony of hope. The communications array is ready. A massive dish on the flagship, the Everest, pivots slowly. It aims not at another ship, but at the heart of the swarm fleet. Your engineers have done the impossible. They have modified the array. It is now capable of converting raw neurological data into a broadcast signal, a signal tuned to the very frequency the swarm uses. Now comes the hardest part. The fuel for this new weapon is not antimatter. It is emotion, pure, unyielding human hope. You stand on the bridge of your ship. You link your mind to the network. Every captain on every ship does the same. Then, the call goes out to the entire fleet. "Give us your hope," the admiral commands. "Give us your courage, your defiance, your love. Focus on what you fight for. Your homes, your families, the future." A wave of pure feeling surges through the network. It is the collective spirit of 1,000,000 souls, the love of a parent for a child, the fierce loyalty of a soldier for their comrades, the quiet determination of a scientist, the unbending will of a species that refuses to die in the dark. It is a torrent of pure, positive energy. It flows into the array, a counterpulse of defiant light. You unleash the wave. A silent, invisible beam of focused human emotion shoots from the Everest. It travels at the speed of light, a broadcast of pure, unyielding hope. It slams into the swarm's psychic network. It is a note of harmony against their symphony of despair, a candle flame against a suffocating shroud. It is humanity's soul, weaponized. The effect is instantaneous, and it is devastating. The swarm fleet recoils as if struck by a physical blow. The insectoid ships twitch and convulse. Their coordinated, graceful movements dissolve into chaos. Their psychic network, the very thing that gives them their strength, begins to fracture. The broadcast of hope is a poison to their hive mind. On the bridge, the oppressive weight of dread lifts. The psychic whispers of fear are silenced, replaced by the echo of your own fleet's courage. Crew members gasp, shaking their heads as if waking from a long nightmare. The phantoms vanish. The visions fade. The mind war is over, and you have won. The swarm is in disarray. Their unity is shattered. They are no longer a single terrifying intelligence. They are a collection of confused, frightened creatures. Their mental assault has been turned back on them. The pure, concentrated hope of humanity is something their species has never encountered. They have no defense against it. It tears their fragile psychic connections apart. They're breaking, your tactical officer shouts. His voice is filled with joyous disbelief. The swarm is breaking. He points to the tactical display. The enemy formations are no longer formations. They are a panicked mob. Some ships drift aimlessly. Others fire wildly, striking their own kind. The masters of psychological warfare have lost their own minds. The swarm falters. The moment of victory is not a time for rest. It is a time for attack. The admiral's voice rings through the fleet. Sharp, clear, victorious. All ships advance. Target their command vessel. The final push begins now. The confusion of the swarm is your opportunity. A window to end this threat once and for all. Humanity's united fleet charges forward. 1,000 ships, their engines burning bright. They surge across the space between the two fleets, no longer held back by the psychic dread. They are a silver tide of righteous fury. Plasma cannons fire. Missiles streak through the void. The physical battle begins in earnest. But the true war has already been won. Your squadron rejoins the fray. You weave through the chaotic swarm fleet. They are clumsy now, uncoordinated. Their biomechanical bodies are tough, but they are not invincible. Your plasma bolts find their marks. Ship after ship erupts in silent green explosions. You are no longer just surviving. You are hunting. You strike at the heart of the weakened swarm. You push through their broken lines. Your target is a massive, bloated creature ship at the center of their fleet. The Hive Mother, the source of their psychic command. It is heavily damaged by the Hope Pulse. Its psychic screams are weak and pathetic. It is a wounded beast, ready for the final blow. The fleet concentrates all its fire on this one target. The void erupts in a storm of light and energy. The victory is not without cost. Ships are lost. Heroes fall. The price of safety is paid in sacrifice. But it is a price humanity is willing to pay. The Hive Mother implodes, a silent, catastrophic detonation that rips a hole in space. The remaining swarm ships go inert. Their psychic link is severed forever. They are just lifeless husks now. Drifting in the dark, the battle is over. A profound silence settles over the void. The Emerald Veil, the ancient prison, dissolves completely. The terminus is no more. The stars beyond shine with a new clarity, a new promise. You have faced the darkness that haunted the galaxy for millennia, and you have won. The galaxy is safe. A new era for humanity begins. You are no longer a species confined to one small corner of the cosmos. You are the keepers of the peace, the guardians who stood against the tide of despair. The story of the Mind War will be told for generations. A new legend to replace the old ghost stories. A legend of hope. You look out from the bridge of the Wayfarer. The human fleet, battered but triumphant, holds its position. A new frontier lies open before you. A universe filled with wonders and dangers yet unknown. But you are not afraid. You have faced the ultimate fear. And you have learned that the brightest light is the one that shines from within. You are ready for what comes next. Beyond the Emerald Veil, a new dawn is waiting.